Hello people, so wow, the hype can really begin with the Reverie, and I'm glad the flashbacks were kept to a minimum in this episode. It wasn't as long as previous episodes. Like, that's been the downfall of this arc in the anime. But boy, has that things changed around, not only with this episode, but also the preview. You saw the preview, you know who's making their appearance. But I will say, even with the flashback, this has to be the most enjoyable episode of the Reverie so far for a number of reasons. Not just the ending, but even the whole vibe of the episodes with the princesses meeting and Dalton and Koreha, and also even Wapol reappearing in the anime. So that was kind of interesting. But right from the outset, you can tell like the vibe that you got when it started in the bowels or the dungeons of Mariejois. You could tell it was a serious setting, so you knew something big was about to go down. A huge secret was revealed to the world, finally to the One Piece fandom in the anime. So it goes from that and it goes to the princesses continuing their conversation, I guess, talking about Luffy's appetite, so that was kind of funny. Then we get the introduction of Wapol and I guess Cinderella, I guess the queen of the Dark Drum Kingdom. So turns out that when Luffy sent Wapol flying, he'd sent him to another kingdom and he became king, and then he married a queen. I don't know how someone like that got invested with Wapol, but it's kind of obvious when she says she's a gold digger, so there you go. But Vivi is obviously apprehensive about this. Shirahoshi's like, is he also another friend of Luffy? And Vivi's like, no, he's no friend, because that's when we get in the flashback. A lot happened with them looking to treat Nami and everything that went down. Like I said, the flashback wasn't too long, so the episodes that we got has taken the majority of the episodes. So the pacing issues are over with, and that's my own opinion. But I think that's been the problem, is because, like I said in my previous One Piece video, the placement that the Reverie takes is in between Whole Cake Island and Wano. On top of that, you got the movie, so it's hard to juggle each one. And there's nothing you can do about that. It's just bad timing. So that's the pacing issues. And for me, it looks like the pacing issues are over with, because it doesn't look like, even when we did get a flashback, it wasn't that long. So there are bits here and there. We got out of it pretty quickly, introduced to Dalton and reintroduced, because he's like, shut up, Wapol, you're the same as ever before. Wapol and Dalton and Koreha, and I kind of forgot that Koreha has the same voice actor as Goku for Dragon Ball. It's been a while, so, and he just intimidates Wapol. He's still a scrub, so. But Wapol does come up with some interesting dialogue. It says, no matter how much you're too naive, and despite how much you want to protect the world or how your values are, there's always some dirt in the world. And even though it was a gag moment, it was in the episode, I feel like there's some truth to that. Like, there is some dirt in the world. This episode is a clear indicator of that, especially what we got by the end. So then we also get introduced to Sai, who we come to find out is also the king of Kano, but he's also stepping down because of his ties with the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. We also come to find out that other members of the Grand Fleet are also stepping down. Columbus, he's stepping down. That was revealed in the manga, so that was kind of interesting. They did that. Also, Cavendish, we come to find out, also a prince. And because he was so popular with the ladies, he had to step down. Well, he didn't step down. He was kicked out of his own kingdom, so he's kind of on his own. So that can get some more insight to him, and we're going to get some indication from Sai and Leo, their conversation that, oh, by the way, where was Baby Five at? Just for not for nothing, but either way, we're going to find out that also preparing for the upcoming war. So I love how they're hyping the Straw Grand Fleet, because we know they're going to make a reappearance with the Straw Hats at some point. Kind of cool. They're also training so they can help Luffy out. You got kingdoms in disarray, because obviously these members of the Straw Grand Fleet are stepping down. Columbus, we saw Bartholomew using a barrier to take out some fodder, and he's handed out some Luffy stamps. So obviously the classic Luffy fanboy of the Straw Hats is doing his job, but increasing Luffy's territory. But I do have a question, because in the manga, on the cover page, we did see Bartholomew doing the same thing, and it was revealed that one of the towns that Bartholomew was attacking was one of the towns in Shanks' territory, so that wasn't really clarified. So if that's the case, I'm just going to throw that out there. Cool, we got the indication of what the members of the Straw Grand Fleet have been doing ever since Dressrosa. They've been preparing, and I love how they're setting up to help Luffy with something major on the way. The narrator did speculate that one day we get reintroduced to the Straw Grand Fleet, something major will go down. So I'm wondering if it's going to be the final battle when it comes to Raftel, or if it's going to have some implication with Wano. Kind of teased when Sai was talking to Leo. Oh, there's going to be enemies stronger than Doflamingo. They're going to face off, more specifically with the Yonko, Kaido, and Big Mom specifically. By the way, I love how Koreha kind of acknowledges Chopper, asks the princesses how Chopper's doing, and Shirahoshi's kind of like, oh yeah, he managed to patch Luffy up when he lost so much blood, how Hoodie Jones. So that's kind of acknowledgement from Koreha to Chopper. But then, speaking of Doflamingo, we go over, and it had to be level 6 of Impel Down. Infinite Hell, I believe, right? He's in solitary confinement, he's by himself. It looks like he's talking to Magellan, but we don't really see or hear him, so that's kind of implication he's still alive, considering what happened with Blackbeard. So we kind of knew that, but we haven't really seen him post time skip, so. But we come to find out that Doflamingo, oh, what's going on around here? So it looks like have they sent an assassin to take me out because I have so much influence when it comes to the secret of Mariejois, the world government, that they don't want to get it out. But it's too late anyway. Even if it doesn't slip up, Power C rots away and it cuts to what's going into the bowels of Mariejois. And this is where we get the first introduction, well, kind of Im-sama. We still, I get a lot of speculation about the gender, the identity of Im-sama. We really don't know, even from the manga standpoint. But I'm just going to throw this out there. In my opinion, the figure that we see kind of looks like a female. I'm not saying that for sure, but just look at the figure. But either way, we see the Sama walking through the bowels of the dungeon. They open up the door. They open up a huge secret revealed to the world, and it turns out, obviously, the title spoiled it, but a giant straw hat, a national treasure of Mariejois. I have some speculation of what this might mean. But it does make things interesting. What's going on with this giant straw hat, and why is it in Mariejois? And is this the treasure that Doflamingo's alluding to? It kind of has to be at this point, right? Because why would they introduce this now? And I do have a question. It could be related to Joy Boy when it comes to like the Void Century, or it could be, in my opinion, it could be related to the ancient weapon Uranus. We've seen Poseidon. We know that Shirahoshi's Poseidon. We've seen Pluton. Well, we kind of got the blueprints of Pluton back in Alabasta. And the Poneglyph with Robin and Crocodile, and that was obviously King Cobra. And obviously we got the blueprints for Frankie, but that's the closest we got to Pluton. But the only thing we haven't got alluded to yet is Uranus, and that's the other ancient weapon. So I'm wondering if that's connected some way. So let me know what you guys think. But it is definitely a huge revelation when it comes to the One Piece story. And boy, I can't wait to see what happens next. The preview got CP9. The preview got CP0 making her appearance. Even Stussy's back alongside Kaku and Rob Lucci. I didn't see Khalifa anywhere. But either way, I just got the hype continues. Rob Lucci's going to make his move. And there's also going to be the return of Charlos, the Celestial Dragon. How can you forget this face? Because this is the face that Luffy punched out back in Salvador Archipelago in one of the most iconic One Piece moments ever. So he's going to make an appearance, and it looks like he's making a play for Shirahoshi, which was foreshadowed in the previous episode when he was looking up on Shirahoshi. And we know how he is when it comes to mermaids. Look at what happened with Kami. Luffy's nowhere in sight. By the way, we go to the Sunny when I guess Chopper's patching up Carrot because she cuts herself trying to help Sanji cook. So it's just more implications on Chopper as a doctor and more praise. We know how good he is. So it looks like CP0 making their appearance. Rob Lucci's going to do his thing. I can't wait to see what happens next. I wonder if there's a huge revelation that's going to take place next week. Depends on the pacing. But all in all, it was an okay episode. Obviously, the Im-sama and Doflamingo made the episode. Also, the build up of the Straw Grand Fleet must be leading to something. Those are my thoughts. Please tell me yours in the comments. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Scratch off on One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.